Have you ever pondered the mysteries of the end times and the return of Jesus? It's a profound question that has intrigued many. In the vast realm of Christian beliefs, there's a notable discussion around the monumental changes that will take place when Jesus makes his triumphant return. Today we're going to explore this fascinating topic, specifically focusing on 4 things that will come to an end according to these beliefs. So what exactly ends when Jesus returns? Let's delve into this intriguing question. First on our list is the end of death, an intriguing concept indeed. In the realm of Christian faith, there's a strong belief in the resurrection, a miraculous event that symbolizes the ultimate defeat of death. Ponder on this for a moment, an existence where the finality of life as we know it simply vanishes. It's like a grand finale of a symphony, where the last note resonates not with an ending, but with the beginning of an everlasting melody. This belief is rooted in the teachings of Jesus Christ, who, through his own resurrection, showcased the power of life over death. The return of Jesus, as foretold, marks the end of death itself. It signifies a transition, a shift from the temporary to the eternal, from a world bound by mortality to one liberated by immortality. Imagine a world where death no longer has a hold on humanity. That is the promise of the return of Jesus. Next, we have the end of suffering. A profound belief within the Christian faith is the promise of relief from all forms of suffering upon the return of Jesus Christ. This is not merely about the cessation of physical ailments, but it extends to the emotional and spiritual burdens that weigh heavy on the human heart. Imagine a world where sorrow is replaced with joy, where hardship gives way to ease, and where pain is but a forgotten memory. This is the promise of the end times as held by Christians. The trials and tribulations of life, as we know them, will cease to exist. The return of Jesus signifies the dawn of an era where tears will no longer be shed, and heartache will be a thing of the past. It represents the divine intervention that will put an end to the struggles that have become so ingrained in the human experience. This isn't about escapism or wishful thinking. Rather, it's a firm belief rooted in the teachings of the Bible. It's a beacon of hope that guides Christians through life's storms, reminding them that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This belief in the end of suffering provides a sense of purpose and direction. It offers a comforting perspective that no matter how challenging the journey may be, it's all part of a divine plan leading to a time of eternal peace and joy. The end of suffering, a time of eternal peace and joy, is a cornerstone of Christian faith. Thirdly, we encounter the end of sin. As we delve into this impactful concept, let's consider the significance of Jesus' return. It isn't just the dawn of a new era, but the sunset of a major adversary of mankind, sin. Sin, as we know, is the root of much pain and suffering in the world. It's the thorn in our side, the cloud over our heads. But what if that could change? What if, with the return of Jesus, sin could be abolished entirely? This isn't just a fanciful notion, it forms the very crux of Christian belief. The return of Jesus signifies the ultimate victory over sin. It's the moment when the world, scarred and marred by wrongdoings, can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Imagine a world cleansed of sin, a world where evil no longer holds sway, a world where our actions are guided not by selfish desires, but by love, compassion, and righteousness. That's the promise of Jesus' return. It's a beacon of hope in a world often shadowed by darkness. The eradication of sin, a world free from the constraints of evil, that is what the return of Jesus promises. The end of sin isn't just a theological concept, it's a renewed vision for humanity, a promise of a brighter, better world. Finally, we come to the end of Christ's reign and the transition to eternity. This is an essential doctrine that underscores the profound change that will occur when Christ returns. The current reign of Christ, as we understand it, will come to a conclusion. However, this is not to suggest that his kingly authority will cease. On the contrary, it will transition into a new form, an eternal kingdom where Christ will reign forever. The transition to eternity also brings with it a striking finality. The choices that we make here on earth, during our mortal lives, will determine our eternal destiny. There is a strong emphasis on the urgency of accepting salvation now, in the present. This is not a decision to be postponed or treated lightly, for it carries eternal consequences. The return of Christ is not just about the end of an age, but also about the commencement of a new, everlasting kingdom. It is a time of profound transformation, a shift from the temporal to the eternal. As we navigate our lives, it is crucial to remember the impermanence of our current existence and the permanence of the eternal life to come. The return of Jesus thus marks the end of an era and the beginning of an eternal kingdom. So, there we have it. We've journeyed through the Christian perspective of what ceases when Jesus returns. We've discussed the end of death, a finale that promises eternal life. We've looked at the cessation of suffering, offering relief and solace. We've explored the termination of sin, signifying a world free from immorality. We've also delved into the conclusion of Christ's reign, marking a transition to eternity. 4 significant closures, each a profound aspect of Christian belief. As we ponder the mysteries of the end times, these beliefs offer a glimpse into the Christian expectation for the return of Jesus.